Hello friends, my name is Hannah and this is Yesterday's World. Today we want to talk about the plague and its effects on human life, so stay with us in the rest of the video. In the Middle Ages, a dark time for all, a deadly disease began to take its toll. From Asia it spread across the seas and Europe was hit by the bubonic disease. The plague, also known as the Black Death, is a disease that has caused fear and devastation throughout human history. It is caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, which is spread by fleas that infest rats. The disease has three main forms: bubonic, septicemic, and pneumonic. Bubonic plague is characterized by the sudden onset of fever, chills, and painful swelling of the lymph nodes, called buboes. Septicemic plague occurs when the bacteria spread to the bloodstream, causing sepsis, a life-threatening condition. Pneumonic plague is the most severe form and occurs when the bacteria infect the lungs, leading to pneumonia and respiratory failure. The first recorded outbreak of the plague occurred in the 6th century, but it was the pandemic that struck Europe in the mid-14th century that is the most well-known. The Black Death is believed to have originated in China or Central Asia, and it spread to Europe via the Silk Road and other trade routes. The first recorded cases in Europe occurred in Sicily in 1347, and the disease quickly spread across the continent. The symptoms of the plague were terrifying and included high fever, vomiting, and excruciating pain. The bubonic form of the disease caused painful and swollen lymph nodes, which often turned black, giving rise to the name Black Death. In many cases, people who contracted the disease died within days or even hours. The outbreak of the Black Death had a profound impact on European society. It caused widespread panic and fear, and it led to a breakdown in social order. Many people turned to religion for comfort and explanation, and some even resorted to extreme measures, such as self-flagellation, in an attempt to appease a vengeful god. The Black Death also had far-reaching economic and political consequences. The decimation of the population led to a labor shortage, which in turn led to rising wages and a shift in the balance of power between the ruling elite and the working classes. The outbreak also weakened the power of the church, which was blamed for its inability to prevent the disease, and it led to a questioning of traditional authority. One interesting fact about the plague is that it had a significant impact on the economy of Europe in the 14th century. As the disease spread rapidly, it caused widespread panic and fear, leading to a breakdown in trade and commerce. Many cities and towns were left in chaos as people fled to the countryside in an attempt to escape the disease, causing a shortage of labor and a decline in agricultural production. This in turn led to a rise in food prices and an economic downturn that lasted for decades. The plague not only had a devastating impact on human life but also on the economic and social fabric of Europe. Despite the severity of the outbreak, the Black Death eventually subsided and subsequent outbreaks were less severe. However, the plague continued to be a recurring threat throughout Europe and other parts of the world for centuries. It was not until the development of antibiotics in the 20th century that the disease could be effectively treated. The plague led to significant changes in medicine and public health practices. The inability to cure or prevent the disease spurred a search for new treatments and preventative measures. Physicians and scholars began to develop new medical theories and practices, leading to advancements in fields such as anatomy, microbiology, and pharmacology. Governments also began to implement public health measures, such as quarantine and sanitation regulations, to prevent the spread of the disease. The plague was a catalyst for innovation and improvement in healthcare practices, ultimately leading to better healthcare outcomes and a stronger healthcare system. The plague had a profound impact on the art and literature of the time. The disease and its aftermath were frequently depicted in artworks, such as paintings and sculptures, as well as in literary works, such as poems and plays. The themes of death, suffering, and the fragility of life were often explored in these works, reflecting the traumatic experiences of the people who lived through the plague. The plague's impact on the arts and literature of the time is a testament to the enduring human desire to make sense of, and find meaning in times of crisis and adversity. Today, the threat of a new pandemic remains a concern, and the lessons learned from the Black Death continue to be studied and applied in the fight against infectious diseases. Vaccines, antibiotics, and other medical advances have helped to prevent and treat many diseases, but the threat of a new outbreak remains. In conclusion, the plague, or Black Death, is a disease that has caused fear and devastation throughout human history. It had a profound impact on European society, causing widespread panic and fear, and leading to significant economic and political changes. Although subsequent outbreaks were less severe, the plague continued to be a recurring threat for centuries, and it serves as a reminder of the devastating impact that infectious diseases can have on human populations. The ongoing fight against infectious diseases highlights the importance of public health and the need for continued research and development in the field of medicine. As we reflect on the plague's dark past, let us remember the lives it took at last. And let us honor their memory by living on, taking care of our health and those we lean upon. For the plague may be gone, but its lessons remain. To cherish life, and live it to the fullest without disdain. And to always be prepared for what may come our way, so that we may face it with strength, and never be led astray. Finally, thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and comment your opinion.